TruAlt Bioenergy Limited का आईपीओ 25 सितंबर से खुलेगा। प्राइस बैंड 472 से 496 रुपये प्रति शेयर, बेंगलुरु 25 सितंबर 2025। TruAlt Bioenergy Limited ने अपने बहुप्रतीक्षित आरंभिक सार्वजनिक निर्गम आईपीओ की घोषणा कर दी है। कंपनी ने प्रति इक्विटी शेयर का प्राइस बैंड 472 रुपये से 496 रुपये तय किया है। प्रत्येक इक्विटी शेयर का अंकित मूल्य 10 रुपये होगा। कंपनी का आईपीओ गुरुवार 25 सितंबर 2025 से खुलेगा और सोमवार 29 सितंबर 2025 को बंद होगा। निवेशक न्यूनतम 30 इक्विटी शेयरों के लिए बोली लगा सकते हैं और इसके बाद 30 के गुणक में शेयर खरीदे जा सकते हैं। आईपीओ का आकार। ये आईपीओ 2 हिस्सों में विभाजित है। फ्रेश इशू 750 करोड़ तक का नया निर्गम। ऑफर फॉर सेल ओएफएस 18 लाख इक्विटी शेयरों की बिक्री। इक्विटी शेयरों की स्थिति वर्तमान में कंपनी के पास 7,06,31,624 इक्विटी शेयर, प्रति शेयर 10 रुपये अंकित मूल्य उपलब्ध हैं। निवेशकों के लिए अवसर। TruAlt बायोएनर्जी लिमिटेड का ये आईपीओ निवेशकों को स्वच्छ ऊर्जा और बायोफ्यूल से जुड़ी भारत की अग्रणी कंपनी में निवेश का मौका देगा। प्राइस बैंड के हिसाब से न्यूनतम निवेश राशि लगभग 14,160 रुपये, 30 शेयर गुणा 472 रुपये से 14,880 रुपये, 30 शेयर गुणा 472 रुपये से 496 रुपये तक होगी। कंपनी की पृष्ठभूमि। TruAlt बायोएनर्जी लिमिटेड जैव ऊर्जा क्षेत्र में सक्रिय है और एथेनॉल, नवीकरणीय ऊर्जा एवं बायोफ्यूल से जुड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स में अपनी मजबूत उपस्थिति दर्ज करा चुकी है। कंपनी का कहना है कि इस आईपीओ से जुटाई गई राशि का उपयोग पूंजीगत व्यय, ऋण चुकाने और व्यवसाय विस्तार योजनाओं में किया जाएगा। प्रमुख तिथियां। बोली ऑफर खुलने की तारीख गुरुवार 25 सितंबर 2025। बोली ऑफर बंद होने की तारीख सोमवार 29 सितंबर 2025।
Has a large clientele basis where we supply this ethanol for the blend of petrol to HPCL, IOCL, BPCL, who are all Maharatnas, and their payments are all very secured to the company. In this, we also get a byproduct called DDGS, which is then used for animal feed, and another byproduct called spent wash, which is utilized in our second vertical of business, which is compressed biogas. Using this as a raw material, spent wash, and press mud coming out from the sugar sector, we take this and we produce compressed biogas, which gives us another 2 outputs, which is fermented organic manure and liquid fermented organic manure. This fermented and liquid fermented organic manure is then given to the farmers and RCF for farming purpose. This is a very good product which can be utilized as a manure. We have one plant which is operating at a 10.2 TPD per day. We intend to set up 17 such new plants in the days to come. This 17 new plants will be in a joint venture with 2 entities. One is Gas Authority of India and the second is Sumitomo, which is a Japanese-based company, with a mix of both as a joint venture, in which we will be 51% owners and all the books and balance sheet will get merged into the books of TruAlt Bioenergy, and 49% will be Gas Authority of India and Sumitomo. Now, the third vertical is fuel retail. What we produce, the compressed biogas and ethanol, we use and sell it in our fuel retail businesses. We are the 4th privately held company which has got the license to be called as an oil marketing company. First is Naira, Reliance, and Shell, and the 4th is us. We have license to set up 100 new fuel retail stations, out of which 5 are already set up, and we intend to set up 250 fuel retail stations in the days to come. And all these 5 fuel retail stations are present in Karnataka itself. Now, the 4th vertical, which is sustainable aviation fuel. We intend to set up a 310 KLPD sustainable aviation fuel, which in terms is 3,10,000 liters of sustainable aviation fuel plant production per day basis, and on an annual, if you consider, would turn up to somewhere around 10 crore liters. So this would be the world's largest sustainable aviation fuel plant. In EU, they already have mandated to blend 2% of SAF in their aviation fuel by the end of this year, and they intend to grow it on a yearly basis by 1%, which will hit 6% by 2030. And India has also mandated 1% SAF blend in the days to come for only international flights and not for the domestic flights. The fifth vertical of our business is 2G ethanol. This is same ethanol that we produce, but it has a different feedstock. This feedstock will be agri-residue waste. The bagasse that comes out of sugar, we will utilize this and produce the 2G ethanol. We will set up a 200 KLPD plant. There is also a subsidy from the government of India for 150 crores to set up this plant. So the use case
7% for the equity investor, our return is in FY25 figures. The company has a robust cash flow. We had a cash flow from operating activities which we booked in our business is close to 329 crore in FY25. The company has also a very strong net worth. The company net worth was standing at 265 crore on FY24, which in FY25 has gone to 769 crore. You can imagine that our net worth has grown by almost 3 times in a span of 1 year of operation. The company has raised a long-term debt of 1112 crore, and which debt has gone by 1270 crore. The reason for increase in the company debt was because, as you know, we have 2000 KLPD of the plant, which Vishal sir was telling. For this capacity built up of 2000 KLPD, we need to raise a long-term loan, which we have raised from the banks, and we have entirely capitalized in our book. And today we have started paying the installments also. So this debt is coming down to the extent of 200 crore per year. So company has some ratios which I conclude based on the balance sheet of the company. The overall, if I will say, the company debt equity ratio is, as of 31st March 25, is 2:1. That is, on every 2 rupees of debt, a company has contributed 1 rupee of its own. The company current ratio, the liquidity position is very, very sound. We were in FY24, our current ratio was 1.08, which has touched to 1.220, and this year we have forecasted it to touch it to 2. That is more than 2 with the equity infusion. So this is the robust liquidity position of the company. The company has a outsiders liability against the company net worth was at 3.1 times in FY24, which we have brought down to 2.92 times, again showing the improvement in the company's solvency position. So there cannot be a better judgment than our numbers, which is speaking based on the FY25. Company has gained on all the fronts. Wherever we have promised to our shareholders, we have committed that. We have brought all the numbers onto the benchmark. We have shown in the books, and we are expected to grow in the future with the much higher tandem what we are growing with the equity infusion and with the IPO coming up. So thank you all. Thank you. We need your support for.
Sir, in fact, first question, the 3.6% of our total gross revenue numbers that you see is last year, where we were operating a 1400 KLPD distillery, and we were only doing it from sugarcane syrup, molasses. This year we are just about to commission our multi-feed based distillery, which will add a lot of more number of days in the existing facility, number one. And we have added also another 600 KLPD line, which will become 2000 KLPD, which I just presented. That will get us a market share of close to 7% in the country. Hence it is the largest company in India. And if you not just in India, if you look at it throughout Asia, except for China, we are the largest company of ethanol production in Asia, leaving China. And if you include China in this, we will be the 5th largest in Asia. The valuation, sir, that you had said 472 to 496 is in fact a very cheap and a discounted valuation. We were in fact trying to get a valuation of 5,000 crores. That is exactly what our company is worth and what we believe it should be. But however, our investment bankers had suggested us to come down a little bit on our valuation. Hence, we had a discounted valuation at this price. Tomorrow, this company, I'm not allowed to make statements of the future, so I'll leave it at this.
Sir, and a portion of the IPO involves an offer for sale of 18 lakh shares. Does this signal that the existing shareholders are cashing out a high valuation? And how does the management respond to concerns that the IPO primarily benefits insiders than new investors like us?
So the 18 lakh shares that we are selling is in fact to get a better valuation in the days to come, and we are intending to reduce debt in another company with that 18 lakh shares. But the promoters and the valuations of the company, as you see, there's huge growth and potential in the company. You can see that we have only set up one compressed biogas plant, and we intend to set up 17 such compressed biogas plants. And this is not just alone, with two huge joint ventures. And these joint ventures are not a small company. They're large. Gas Authority of India is a large company. Sumitomo is a multi-billion-dollar company, a Japanese entity. They do a thorough due diligence from 18 months and have approved the joint venture with us. We are intending to set up a sustainable aviation fuel plant, which will again increase our revenue and profitability in the company. We intend to set up a 2G ethanol plant, which will again increase the revenue and profitability of company, which will in fact give a much better payback to the investors who invest early on going forward. And that in fact we don't get any favors, but however we get guidance from our father, and because of his guidance we have grown. The policy in the country is not framed to one existing company. The policy is framed at a large for everybody. Tomorrow if you also go and apply for the same policy, you can get the same benefit that is available for everyone. If there were a special incentive policy only determined for TruAlt, then we could discuss that, but there is such none that is applicable to us. Hence what we believe is that policy is applicable for everyone. There is no exceptions for only us in the company.